So, good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
Thank you for agreeing to the interview with us this morning.
You're very welcome.
You've just finished your second talk at TESOL-SPAIN. Can you remind us again of the title?
Yes, it was called Keep Going, Embrace the Grind.
Okay. So, for someone who's not been able to get to the conference and wanting to find out a little bit about what that's about, could you just explain a little bit?
Yes, it came out of quite a dark place because last year I had quite a few difficult teams classes. And so the amount of creative teaching that I was doing I felt was limited because I didn't want to take a risk. So it was kind of how to push the language in each moment in a fairly grindy way.
What kind of activities then were you showing people in the course?
So small tweaks on everyday teaching. So at the beginning of lessons, for example, I would have them read or tell me 5 sentences they've memorised between lessons before they were allowed to come in. Or in the middle of a class, I'd have step outside. I'd have some exercises in blank on the wall, and I'd send students out in pairs to test each other. So just playing about with space, playing about with facilitative tension as well.
Okay. And you mentioned as well that you use that as a classroom management technique.
Yes, because you've got a couple of students that maybe normally behave quite well, but today they're just starting to play up a little bit. So you send them out to do something, you've actually removed them from the equation for a little while, giving them the break they need, but there's been no conflict.
Okay. And your first talk that you gave, what was that?
The first talk was called I'm a Young Learner, Gives Me Something to Do. And it was about trying to incorporate movement. I looked into the origins of kinesthetic learning. I went back and found that there was a lady called Margaret H. Dobler who was a dance instructor, and her definition of kinesthetic learning was actually moving and sort of listening to our body about how we're moving and figuring out how to move better. And I've noticed over the years that kinesthetic activities cropped up a lot, but it often was just involved students moving from one side of the room to another, or doing something else. So I realised that wasn't really a kinesthetic class. And also I tried to debunk at the beginning the myth of the kinesthetic learner. There is a kinesthetic learner.
Exactly. So what kind of things did you do with your students to get some language in there as well?
That's a good point, because I've noticed if the language isn't at the centre of the class, then it doesn't get used. If it's on the periphery, it will just get pushed out there. So one of the activities I put language on boxes, large boxes which we coloured with paper and sellotape, and then they have to build these language towers. And we used the boxes that the folders came in at the beginning of the year, so the towers were actually bigger than the students. And they were 5, they were down here, building 2,000 blocks in an arch that they walked through. And other tasks like sort of sliding, for numbers, put the words underneath perspex and coins in the middle of the table, and they have to slide the right amount of coins to the corresponding words.
Good. Well, thank you very much for doing the interview, and enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you, Roland.